Hey there, everyone! Today, we're diving into a fascinating and complex topic, the ongoing tensions and negotiations surrounding the Strait of Hormuz. This is a story that has been unfolding for months, and it's one that's packed with intrigue, diplomacy, and a whole lot of geopolitical strategy. So let's jump right in and explore what's really going on here. First off, let me give you a quick overview of the situation. The Strait of Hormuz is a critical waterway in the Middle East, serving as a major route for global oil and gas shipments. It's a strategic choke point, and its control has been a key concern for many nations, especially the United States and Iran. Recently, there's been a lot of talk about a potential deal between Iran and Oman to reopen this strait for commercial shipping. Now, here's where things get interesting. Iran has made it clear that any deal to reopen the Strait of Hormuz is contingent on the United States meeting certain commitments. They're demanding an end to the naval blockade on Iranian ports, the lifting of sanctions, and a resolution to the issue of Tehran's frozen assets. In other words, Iran wants the U.S. to essentially undo some of the actions it took when the previous truce collapsed. But here's the catch. Iran's deputy foreign minister, Kazem Garibabadi, has stated that this deal with Oman is not a continuation of the previous arrangement. It's a whole new model, reflecting the current security environment. This means that shipping routes will change, with a significant portion of commercial traffic now transiting through Iranian territorial waters. It's a bold move by Iran, and it's a clear signal that they're not just going to sit back and let the U.S. dictate the terms. Personally, I think this is a brilliant strategic play by Iran. By changing the shipping routes and asserting their sovereignty over the strait, they're sending a message to the U.S. and the world that they're not to be messed with. It's a power play, and it's a clever way to gain leverage in these negotiations. Now, let's talk about the U.S. response. President Trump has been all over the place with his rhetoric. One minute, he's threatening severe action against Iran, and the next, he's talking about negotiations and de-escalation. It's a classic case of stop-and-start diplomacy, and it's leaving everyone wondering what the real strategy is. What makes this really interesting is the fact that Iran has denied any direct negotiations with the U.S. They're saying that the talks with Oman are strictly bilateral, and they're not budging on their demands. This puts the U.S. in a tricky position. Do they back down and meet Iran's conditions, or do they hold firm and risk further escalation? In my opinion, the U.S. is in a bit of a bind here. They can't afford to look weak, especially with reports of depleted munitions stockpiles. But at the same time, they don't want to push Iran too far and risk a full-blown conflict. It's a delicate balance, and it's one that Trump and his administration are struggling to navigate. So what's the bigger picture here? Well, it's clear that Iran is not going to be pushed around. They're standing their ground and using every tool at their disposal to gain an advantage. And let's not forget the broader context, the ongoing conflict in the Middle East, with Saudi Arabia bracing for attacks and the threat of a two-front war. It's a complex web of alliances and hostilities, and the Strait of Hormuz is just one piece of this intricate puzzle. As we continue to watch this story unfold, one thing is certain: the stakes are incredibly high. The future of this critical waterway and the stability of the entire region hang in the balance. It's a fascinating and tense situation, and I, for one, can't wait to see how it plays out. So, stay tuned, and let's keep an eye on these developments together. Until next time, keep thinking critically and stay curious.